soon as I say it's on chat. We finna find us some hood documentaries. So. We're not gonna watch the whole hood documentary, of course, on live, but it gotta be something new, like recently uploaded. Damn, this was 4 hours ago. I don't want to see no female. They overly talk too much. Fuck, we
Make
gonna
your
watch
browser
this?
fast. Make your browser safe. Make your browser Chrome. Choose Google Chrome for your
Man, free J-Man, man. Free Screw, man. Who else? Free fold down. All that 30. All that 30. Hey, look.
Out west shorties, they a different breed. We talking kids that ain't even old enough to drive but got their face and neck tatted like they been in the game for 20 years. A shorty'll tell his mama he going to school, give her a kiss on the cheek, but inside that backpack ain't no books. It's a pipe with a switch. He out here trying to slide or catch an op lacking before the first bell rings. Out here, the shorties don't just grow up fast. They skip the childhood part entirely. You see 15, 16, and 17-year-olds out here beefing with the most dangerous, deep-rooted sets in the city. No riding, but Beam Team 1200 is one of the most reckless gangs to ever touch the west side. They underrated, but the streets know they move like a pack of wolves. They highly active, putting in work that makes the OGs sit back and wonder where the code went. Beam Team always had a big name out west because they got a gang of killers. But like every hot war in Chirac, they've paid the price. They've lost their share of heavy hitters to the Reaper and 12. Before we start, shout out to the real ones. Keep rocking with me, gang. Clap that like button. You locked in with Hood Edition. And today we're deep diving into the savage story of the Beam Team 1200. Now, before we get into the real grit, don't get it twisted. There's two different Beam Team. You got the old 39 Beam Team over on the low end. That's where FBG Brick was from. Rest in peace to a legend. Over time, that set basically became OBN. Even though the name stayed in the air, they don't really hold a block the same way no more. Brick never claimed that out west heat. His roots were strictly low end. But today, we talking about the Beam Team 1200. This is that out west energy. No cap, these shorties are really into it. Beam Team 1200. This ain't just one block. It's a click-up between two heavy sets from the same neighborhood. 1200 Bankroll and NFG, No Face Gang. They're located right at Roosevelt and Lawndale, and they're rocking 1200 both ways. Let's talk about the first side, 1200 Bankroll. This set been active way before '07. But they weren't always called that. Back in the day, they were AO Rose Gang, honoring a big homie and a love member named Jamari, aka AO, who got smoked.
First member we ever had died was my cousin, Lil AO. Police killed him and handcuffed him, let him die back there.
2007.
But when Bank, the one everyone knew as Bankroll Juice, passed away in 2017, the energy shifted forever. He was a real one. A rapper who was putting on for the block and was tight with everybody.
We don't do no talking to them niggas.
Hell no, hey.
pistols, get the poppin' like I'm cooking. I'm 1200, ayo, Rose, bam, gang, ayy. And niggas, bitches, this ain't gang for the fame. And shout out to the Beam team, they be scoring shit.
To keep his legacy breathing, they rebranded the whole movement as 1200 Bankroll. They've been riding under that flag ever since, making sure the streets never forget his name. They CVL and GDs. They've held down a few blocks, but if you're looking for them, they're usually posted at Roosevelt and Richmond. That's their favorite main block. Most of these guys are homegrown, born and raised in this neighborhood. They jumped off the porch early, around 16 or 17, and by now, they the big homies. We talking members in their late 20s, 30s, and up.
I swear to God, they look just like Milwaukee gang. Like, what's like the East? No bullshit. They like the East.
They the
Like
veterans of the
studio apartment
1200.
right there.
They didn't really have the shorties like that. The young crash-out energy was mostly over on the NFG side. Bankroll also brought the heat to the mic with rappers like Bankroll 50 and Gorilla Boy Nook.
Speaking of his brother, fuck Steve, he died with a scrap on the cow bopping, trying to turk, they put him on his back. But we lost Bank, E-Rock, I, and y'all lost double that, triple that. Slide with this 50, I'ma empty that. Stop popping perks, I don't wanna.
Now let's talk about the other side of the 1200 Beam team. NFG, No Face Gang. These youngins move a different way. They claim a thing called NBH, which means no big homie. They didn't wait for an OG to give them a rank, a blessing, or tell them what to do. They built this from the bottom up by themselves. Around 2015, they were just badass kids on the block, 13, 14 years old, jumping off the porch and getting into everything. Before the straps came into play, they were out here purely on that bully energy, robbing, taking jewelry, and beating on shorties from other blocks like Fifth City.
Excuse me, sir. How old were you when you made
after
your
that, they
first
get
million?
changed by
What
that
is this
many
for?
niggas
We're trying to get
in
advice
public
for the younger
and
generation.
getting going viral for that shit later on. Most definitely would have
The
had a
name
gun the
Beam
rest of my
team,
life.
that came from a real main face named Jay Osama. He was just a shorty, maybe 13 or 14 when he stamped that name on the map back in 2015, 2016. He brought the vision, and the rest of the shorties, Corey, Chopper, Nook Glow, Sousa, LA, Dirty, Shorty Grown, Lil Lord, Nine, Zay Savage, and others, they all fell in line. That's why you'll hear them claim J Gang, Corey Team, or JCG, J Corey Gang. They're all rocking for the same names. They claim Roosevelt and Lawndale, that's the favorite. The main block they call Front Street. If you roll through there, you'll see the store they used to post up at, with the fallen members' pictures right there in the window. Their whole territory stretches all the way from 13th to Lawndale, and they've been holding that line for years. Don't get it twisted on the politics, though. Beam Team is a mixed set. You got new breeds, GDs, and Traveler Vice Lords all rocking under one flag. That's rare, but that's how they built it. These shorties were built different. They stopped going to school and jumped off the porch really early. We talking kids that were only 13 when they got those neck tattoos. Even their parents couldn't tell them nothing but be safe, because by then, the streets already had them.
Told me, like, when I first walked in the crib, I was about 13. Walked in with a face I crossed on my OG looked at me like...
You had that face test since you was 13?
How old I was, big brother, like 13, 14? I had my first face I was in grammar school.
Say the hood, young, like 13 on the block, they breeze. Man, Joe, his defensive mechanism was perfect.
Ever since that day, my name been straight through this.
On my mama, he was like 12.
I was like
No
12
bullshit,
on
I can vouch
bad.
for that on AO grade.
They made the whole hood so hot that 12 had to put cameras on every single corner just to keep eyes on them.
Badass young
And these boys are reckless, no cap. They've even let off shots at the police. They stay outside all day,
Gee.
chilling.
on my life. See, that's why I hate I don't be saying shit earlier food, cause like this one shit that you can bet on. Cause boom, like if I was betting on a lot of shit, gang, I'd be rich, gang. Cause like I be knowing already. You see what I'm saying? Like when they said they lost their partner to the police, I know for a fact them young niggas turned into cop killers after that game. They first ops was the police. No bullshit. And when he just said they was shooting at the police and shit, gang, that just gave all confirmation right there. I was gonna say some dumbass shit. Don't mind me, fool.
On the block, letting the world know that Beam Team 12 Hunter is here to stay. These shorties are damn near into it with the whole West Side. They only rock with a few, like Ghost Mob, but for everybody else, it's smoke on sight. We talking heavy beef with BTBG, Sicko Mob, Sane Gang, Anna Boys, One Trey, Fifth City, and TTU. And that's just the start of the list. When you got that many ops on your head, you can't be out here lacking. That's why these youngins stay strapped to the teeth. We talking switches, Dracos, and all the latest attachments. They aren't playing games. They're built for high-tech war. It hit different for real when two of their most loved members got smoked. Back in 2017, after that, the Beam team stopped caring about the politics or who you were with. If you weren't gang, you were a target. But look, it wasn't just about the war on the blocks. Beam Team became the definition of kids with no guidance, no OGs in their ear, no limits, just pure, unfiltered, crash-out energy. Back in March 2017, the name started ringing all over the West Side, but it wasn't for the music. Word is, these shorties, we talking kids only 13 and 14 years old, were moving wild. They ended up going live on Facebook, recording something that would leave the whole city disgusted.
Shout out to the niggas that be making these videos, because y'all niggas be doing some deep research to find these fucking pictures, gang. Like I'll be finding pictures of motherfuckers that motherfuckers don't even know it's still out there. Like how the fuck did you get that shit, gang? Y'all folks must definitely be working with them people.
They ran a train on a 15-year-old girl, and they did it for the world to see. The video went viral. People were watching it in real time. Her mother, desperate to find her missing daughter, saw that feed and felt pure fear. She called 12 immediately. Facebook took it down, but the damage was already done.
Of reported sexual assault may now be the target of threats. And tonight, police are questioning several people in connection with the alleged attack that was shown on Facebook Live.
Chicago police say there is now a parallel investigation going on into online threats being received by the family of a 15-year-old girl sexually assaulted on Facebook Live over the weekend. Meanwhile, detectives still working around the clock to identify all of those involved in the assault.
These are little boys terrorizing a neighborhood, and for this to be allowed, this is not something that just happens.
Family and friends of the victim identify the attackers as a group of teens calling themselves the Beam Team. It's the same name that appears on a screenshot of the Facebook Live video identifying the broadcasters.
It's 9 times out of 10 game. That little whole scene, how they was moving, and wanted all of them to hit. Mind you, they ran the train. They never, you feel me, the R word. So for that fat hoe to be on there trying to do all that shit, she mad because nobody never looked at her that way.
Group of kids walking around in a huge little pack, and they act out, stand in front of your addresses.
The teenage girl went missing Sunday afternoon, shortly after visiting a neighborhood store. Then on Monday, someone tipped a relative off to the Facebook Live video, which showed the girl being assaulted by up to 5 different teens. She was found walking by herself early Tuesday morning, just a few blocks from home.
When Baba TV asked them about it, they told him she was just a runaway from the crib, and the crew just happened to find her. They tried to justify it by saying she was actually older than the shorties, claiming she was with the movement and was down for whatever. Even they say her mama was bogus for taking it to the...
Exactly, like I said, gang, she was ready for that shit, bro. She didn't give a fuck. She probably got into her mama because she couldn't have a boy over, or she couldn't fuck like she wanted to. That's why she left in the first place.
By saying she was actually older than the shorties, claiming she was with the movement and was down for whatever. Even they say her mama was bogus for taking it to the news and making up a story to put on them. But in the trenches, everyone knew the truth. This was just what happens when the porch is wide open and there's no guidance to keep the youngins from crashing out.
Hey, we ain't even finna keep talking about that. Hey, she was going. That's it, that's all. Nah, look, she was going. Look, she was going. Motherfucker never knew she ran away at the time. So when motherfucker went live, she supposed to ran away from the crib. Look, she supposed to ran away from the crib. Right. They ain't know she ran away from the crib and shit like that. Motherfucker didn't know she was missing. Wasn't no missing report out or nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, phone them end up getting up with her, you see what I'm saying? They end up doing what they doing, whatever they did and went live. You know, once a parent, they see their daughter on live, they see their daughter out on the internet and shit going viral and shit.
Yeah.
So her mama see that.
Then she already supposed to been missing, so that was.
So her mama see that, and I guess she reported it saying it was rape. That somebody was raping her daughter on the internet or some shit like that. But it was never that though. Her daughter just ran away from home and that's how the bitch got found. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She had got found on the internet because of the video. That's all.
Okay.
She got caught on the internet. She been doing, you know what I'm saying? But she been fucking though, like, motherfuckers don't even know for like. Nah, it's not even. We ain't even gonna disrespect her like that for. But I'm just saying like that, but she been fucking like we ain't. Phone them not the only motherfucker that hit that.
Yeah, she was older than them.
And she was older than my brother and them. Like, so how the fuck is that rape? She was older than my brother and them. But at the end of the day, her mama bogus.
June 7th, 2017 marked that date. Cause on that day, Beam Team faced their first loss. And it wasn't just one. We talking about the two main faces of the set, Jay Osama, Jacques Mack, and Montana, Corey Hill. They weren't just brothers in arms, they were like twins. You saw one, you saw the other. Jay was the one who gave the set the Beam Team name, and Montana was the muscle and the spirit right beside him. It was 9 a.m. Jay and Corey should have been in school that morning, but they skipped out to stay posted on their block. Broad daylight, but the Reaper was already on the clock. A silver whip pulls up, and a masked shooter hops out with a heavy rifle. Some say a Draco, some say an AR, and just let it spray.
You know what I'm saying? For all them young niggas at their game, stay y'all ass in school. The bell probably just rang at school. As soon as they been rang, shots ringing out on them. They died, gang. All right, I'm motherfucking need to stay in school, gang.
Over 30 shots.
Because that hot shit is hot.
Rang out. They didn't just fire and dip. They stood over them. Stood over two kids, 15 and 16 years old, and emptied the clip. Jay and Corey didn't stand a chance. They were pronounced at Mount Sinai, and just like that, the founders were gone. Now the word on the street, this wasn't just random. They say the new breeds from 13th and a boy/one Trey backdoored them over some bread. Some say it was get back for two breeds that got took off the board earlier.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44.
It's messy because Jay's own big brother was from 13th and Christiana. That's how deep the betrayal goes in the trenches. The aftermath? Total war. The shorties didn't just mourn, they rebranded. JCG was born, J. Corey Gang. You'll hear him scream Corey Team for Montana and J Gang for Osama. That song 6717, that ain't just a track. It's a promise of vengeance that's been fueling the 1200 ever since.
6717, yeah we lost them hitters. 6717, yeah we lost them killers. 6717, yeah I lost my niggas. So for 6717, we'll come and kill you. 6717, yeah we lost them hitters.
After Jay and Corey were took off the board, the Beam Team didn't sit around and mourn. They went on a scorched earth mission for vengeance, immediately. 2017, word on the street, They allegedly caught T-Man from Anna Boys lacking over on Gladys and Washtenaw. 1 minute he's posted, the next he's a memory. That was just the warm-up. By January 2018, the heat turned up to a boil. LA from Beam Team, a shorty only 16 at the time, wasn't playing games. He tracked a 15-year-old Anna Boys and one Trey associate all the way to his crib on Homan. He didn't just wait outside. He ran up and let it spray right through the open front door. 5 shots. One caught the spinal cord and left that boy paralyzed from the waist down, put him in a wheelchair for life. His age is the only thing that kept him from getting over-fried in the system back then. He did like 7 years, got out, but just recently, in April 2026, he landed right back in the county on a domestic. But the war didn't stop at the porch. Renzo from Anna Boys was the next name on the list. Caught a hit over on Adams and Kildare, right in the middle of Cuckoo Gang territory. The streets say 9 from Beam Team was the one who allegedly caught that score. If you talking about the real steppers for the team, you gotta mention 9. He wasn't just a name on a track. He was really out here putting in that work. Word is, after he allegedly smoked Renzo from Anna Boys, he stamped his name in the streets as a problem. But the West Side don't forget, and it surely don't forgive. On May 12, 2018, Paris Purtis, known to the block as 9 from Beam Team, was just walking his own hood on the 3300 block of West Gladys. It was 2:18 in the afternoon, 5th City territory. 2 shooters popped out from a nearby alley like ghosts, catching him right in the abdomen before 9 could even reach for his pipe. He didn't die right there in the dirt. He fought for it. They rushed him to Mount Sinai, but by Friday morning, the doctors had to call it. 17 years old. Another top member took off the board in the same area he called home. Losing 9 was a gut punch for the 1200. He was a main face, a real one who moved with that no big homie energy until the very end. But just like the ones before him, he found out the hard way. Live by the gun, die by the gun. Then you got Luddy, a main face from BTBG. In June 2018, they caught him in a yard on West Carroll. 30 from Beam Team wasn't quiet about it either. He was all over the net, bragging about how they caught Luddy without his pipe and left him unresponsive in the dirt. BTBG started claiming dope boys in his honor. But to the 1200, he was just another trophy in a war that was starting to cost everybody everything.
Okay. Baby blood game now. T-Num, wait, T-Num. This T-Num. Baby blood game on. Okay. Long little Luther. He got his ass smoked. Dumbass. Lil D. His dumbass, stupid ass nigga. Stupid ass niggas. You should have had your gun, Lil D. You should have had your weapon, boy. You should have had your weapon, boy. You told him going to the alley. We told him not going there. We told him gonna meet him right there. We told him gonna meet him right there.
Cole, they ass going to jail. I ain't going with them. Cole, we sorry, Lil D. Don't come get me while I'm asleep tonight. We so. But no, though, man. You already know we thought, man. Fuck the teams out the half for real, though, man. Motherfucker wanted to play with all my peoples. Fuck y'all, homie. Cole, y'all going to jail for real now.
But in the trenches, laugh now, cry later. Corian Hill, known to the world as 30, was the Beam Team's biggest stepper and their loudest voice.
Yeah, I always say the loudest one first to get it up, so you know it's
Shit, all I do is flirt. Hey, pause it, all I do is flirt. Hey, then all these niggas do is flirt. Hey, we skirt, do is flirt. Hey, sit back, all you gotta.
In the 6-7-17 video, you see him flashing his pipe, looking like he's untouchable. Like I said before, he was jumping on the net heavy, mocking Lud D from BTBG, giving out details of that hit that only a man who was standing in that yard would know. But that energy came with a price. On October 12, 2018, the clock ran out. It was broad daylight on the 3700 block of West Roosevelt, 1:52 in the afternoon. 30 was just standing on the sidewalk, probably thinking he was safe in his own hood. A white whip pulls up, the window drops, and a single shot to the head ended the 30 era right there on the pavement. He was pronounced at Mount Sinai 10 minutes later, another frontline soldier who stood on business gone. He was smoked in Shorty Gang hood, and they are clicked up with BTBG. Word is, the Sane Gang allegedly caught that score as get back for Lud D. J-Dot from Sane Gang made a live that same day, basically letting the city know the score. He kept saying he the best driver. Allegedly, he was the driver, and other member named Dizzy was the shooter. 30 had spent months dissing Shorty Gang and BTBG, not realizing that the Sane Gang was moving in the shadows, waiting for him to lack. At the funeral, it wasn't just tears, it was total war. You had the shorty screaming "F Sane Gang" over the casket. The Beam team was deeply hurt. 30 was their muscle, their spirit, and losing him was just the start of a dark winter.
We miss you. We miss you. You will never be forgotten. You will never be forgotten. 1200.
1200. What the fuck he on in the back? Let me see. Just to lift your mask up, nigga. We still know that shit,
After
gang.
30 dropped, the temperature out west hit a boiling point.
Y'all see that? Hold
The
on.
beat after
That nigga did all that just to lift his hoodie up.
After 30 dropped, the temperature out west hit a boiling point. The beef with Sane Gang went from active to nuclear. It was on site everywhere. There's footage out there of the Sane Gang letting off shots, catching the Beam team out in the open and having them running for their lives at a party. Then the calendar hit 2019. In May, they lost Lil Lord, real name Robert Franklin from Beam team. He was only 17, out in Maywood trying to catch a vibe at a house party on 3rd Avenue. Around 1 a.m., the shadows moved. Shots rang out, leaving Little Lord dead in the yard and a young girl caught in the crossfire with leg wounds. He lived out in Waukegan trying to stay low, but the streets got a long reach.
To check my flow, I want a chance up in this industry. Tired of fable beef, if you a gangster, leave it in the streets. But you know
The Beam team swung back though. They allegedly caught Dave from BTBG over on Huron and Spalding, stamping another mark in the war. But every time they took a life, the Reaper came back for change. By the time the summer of 2019 peaked, the 1200 was already bleeding out, but the streets weren't done collecting. On July 31st, Lowski from Beam Team, real name Devon Taylor, was added to the ledger. He was 20 years old, a vet in the eyes of the shorties, but even experience couldn't save him when he stepped into the wrong territory. It was broad daylight, right before 5 p.m. Lowski was posted on the sidewalk over on the 1500 block of South St. Louis. That's
What's
deep
up
in
with all these niggas
DMG
been on
and
sidewalk
Drake
for
family
forever?
territory. Word is, the sicko mob shooters moved in silence. They caught
Niggas
Lowski
did
from the
not learn
blind
this
side,
food.
letting it
Stop being
spray
on
and
the
catching him
sidewalk.
right in the back. He didn't have a chance to draw, didn't have a chance to run. They rushed him to Mount Sinai, that same hospital that had become a second home for the Beam team's fallen, but the doctors couldn't bring him back. By September, Shorty grown from Beam Team, real name McKay Smith. His name was ringing heavy out west for a minute. This Shorty was only 17, but he was grown in the eyes of the streets. We talking about a feared shooter, always on bullshit. He was Bankroll Juice's little brother, and he moving like a vet.
Where we go?
bitch thorough. I don't know that bitch thorough. That bitch thorough. Yeah, 4 pockets full like little baby, but you remember? We gonna say too much. Black on us, we ain't gonna say too much. I'm going to the studio today, Turf. We're going to the studio.
Booking.com.
That would get a lot of fucked up though, they rap and shit.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
They get in the studio. Don't give a fuck long as that shit
How's
hard.
the math test?
Don't want to talk about it.
Don't let the studio be in the studio be full of a bunch of fucked up niggas.
Niggas don't never be out. Niggas say this, they block, but don't ever be out on that shit. Niggas be bitches, nigga. No face gang shit. Back row lifestyle, you know how I run, man. Gang shit, Joe. I'm always out, never in. Niggas be bitches, dry ass block. You know how I'm coming though. No face gang, 1200 both ways.
But on the 21st, his clock stopped. He was caught in the backyard on the 1300 block of South Lawndale, deep in Hive Mob territory. They say he was moving like he was untouchable. The hitters didn't give him a chance. Struck him in the hip and the chest. They rushed him to Mount Sinai, that same familiar hallway. But this time, the doctors couldn't work no miracles. With Shorty Grown gone, that made 3 top members lost in a single year. Lil Lord, Lowski, and now Shorty Grown. The front line was looking ghost. By 2020, the Beam Team shorties were hungry to prove they still held the crown for the West Side. They caught a major score when Flip money from Sane Gang was took off the board. Now, Flip wasn't just any name. He was tied to the industry, known as India Royale's first baby daddy. That's Dirk's baby mama we talking about. When he dropped, the shorties didn't keep it low. Chopper from Beam Team jumped on the net immediately, claiming that Flip had a pack and making it clear the 1200 was the reason he was gone. But that high didn't last long. By February 2021, the set went from active to out of control. We talking about Tavon Abston, and other members from Beam Team. These shorties went on a violent spree that looked like a scene out of a movie, but the ending was all bad. In just one morning, they were out here pure crashing out, carjacking women at gunpoint in Ukrainian village and sticking up Dunkin' Donuts like it was a game. But the worst part? They drove deep into rival BTBG territory on the 700 block of North Trumbull. Looking for an op, they saw someone moving and let it spray. They didn't hit a rival. They gunned down Guillermo Quiles, a 53-year-old innocent man just walking his block. A man who wasn't even known to police, caught in the head by a 9mm because some shorties wanted to score in the wrong hood. The law didn't have to look hard. They caught Tay getting into a stolen RAV4 right outside his crib. The shell casings matched his pipe, and the doorbell cameras caught the whole circus on video. Then came the snitching. When the handcuffs clicked, Nook Low hopped on IG saying, "The cops on our ass for killing old dude, but I ain't saying shit," while basically admitting the heat was on him. He was screaming, "We gon' go down together," but the paperwork was already flying. Tay and the other shorties got booked for the body and the spree. By July 2021, the war reached a whole nother level. We ain't talking about one-on-one scores or catching one-offs. This was pure crash-out energy. On the evening of the 21st, North Lawndale turned into a war zone in a matter of 5 minutes. It started at 6:05 p.m. on 13th and Christiana. 5 people caught hot ones in a blindside attack. But before the sirens could even echo, another 5 minutes passed and the strikers caught another play, this time at Douglas and Ridgeway, right on the steps of Theodore Herzl Elementary. A whip ended up flipped on its side, and the pavement was painted with brass. 10 people leaked in just 2 blocks. Among the chaos was Demarion Benson, a 14-year-old shorty who lived miles away on the near west side. His mother had just called him, telling him it was time to get back to the crib. Minutes later, the shooters opened the window and let it fly, catching Demarion in the head. He was pronounced exposure, leaving another mother to bury a child who hadn't even reached high school yet. His 16-year-old cousin was right there with him, taking a headshot that left him fighting the Reaper on life support at Mount Sinai. 3 other men in their 20s were rushed to the same trauma center, while the block tried to make sense of the bloodshed. This wasn't no tactical hit. It was a broad daylight massacre. The 12 Hunter and their rivals were trading lead so fast that the shorties were getting over-fried in the crossfire before they could even hear the shots.
Police and SWAT officers responded to 2 scenes in the North Lawndale neighborhood just a few hours ago.
After 6 p.m., it was absolute chaos for a couple block radius here, right around the intersection of Ridgeway and Douglas Boulevard. As you mentioned, a total of 10 people were shot in 2 separate mass shootings that happened within 5 minutes of and 3 blocks of one another. The first one happened at 6:05 p.m. Police say it happened right near the intersection of 13th and Christiana. 5 people were shot near that intersection. We saw shell casings strewn throughout the sidewalk right outside a number of apartment buildings just off of Douglas Boulevard. Now, the second shooting happened right where we are right now, 5 minutes later, at the corner of Douglas and Ridgeway, which is right where Theodore Herzl's school is. I am standing about 50 feet away from that school. 5 more people shot at this intersection where a car also ended up on its side. Again, here, many more shell casings all over the sidewalk. And tonight, Chicago police calling on people in this neighborhood to step up and help them track down those responsible.
Love Roblox? Earn Roblox digital gift cards with Microsoft Rewards. Sign up.
I tell you, this is becoming an effort where we're going to need an all-hands-on-deck approach. And that approach is going to involve our community. Our community getting involved and saying what's going on. Our community who has cell phone pictures, who has Facebook information. We're going to need your help.
Bro, but I ain't going to back one for them guys. It's tragic. That shit was, man, you ain't see that shit?
What?
You probably want to vlog.
We're gonna put the clip. We're gonna put the clip in there right here.
Is Jen Corey died, boy?
That's what I wanted to ask. That's the next
We got
question.
telling all type. Hold on.
Hey, you got that?
Hey, let me see that phone. Send it to me right now. We got hey on my dog. Hey, for real, they thought my nigga was done. My dog back, man. My other dog back. They thought my nigga was done. My dog is back, man. We snitch K. We snitch K for real, like.
Year after year, the cycle just keeps spinning. The Beam Team 12 Hunter stayed on their path, catching bodies, losing members to the Reaper, or getting scooped by the 12. By 2025, the war was still active, but the faces were changing. Most of the day ones were either behind the wall or deads, leaving the shorties to run the streets with no map. In June, Chopper from Beam Team, real name Xavier Toussaint, became another name on the list in the worst way possible. We talking about a 22-year-old with 3 gun pries already on his jacket. Word is, him and his girl Michaela Dean were going through it. On the night of the 27th, on the 5400 block of South Prairie, she pulled up to his crib. Witnesses say she had her hands up trying to defend herself when Chopper stepped out with a 9mm Uzi-style pipe with the 30 hanging out of it. He didn't just let it fly. He pistol whipped her twice before catching her in the head, right in front of a group of shorties. He tried to clean the scene, tossing the stick and the mags in the trash, but he left his fingerprints on the heat and a Facebook video from 9 days earlier showing off the same pipe. The law caught up, and now he's sitting in the cell booked for first degree. So you tell me, is the Beam Team 12 Hunter a set of Chirac street legends? Or just shorties crashing out for clout and a life.
A bunch of dumbasses, cause that nigga just did that to his girl for what? What the fuck? But alright, you too. We're done with that shit. We gonna get into another video. You know what I'm saying? Later on, I might stream again tonight, tomorrow. don't know. I hope y'all enjoyed this. You feel me? I'm out this.